Dark Chao that become angry have a small chance to go up to a character they don't like and punch them. Only Dark Chao can do this, and it must be a character that they dislike. The Chao must also have a low kindness value too, which is one of the hidden emotion values in the game. It is possible to die in the Chao Garden while raising your Chao. The first Sonic Adventure game features many different areas where it is possible for your character to drown. This was mostly patched in Sonic Adventure 2, but it is still possible for Tails to drown in the deepest part of the Hero Garden pool because of how short he is. In the Chao Kindergarten, one of the rooms you can access is the principal's office. There is a statue in the corner that blinks occasionally. Some have theorized that this statue is actually the principal, and the Chao sitting here in front of us is an imposter. Very creepy. In the first Chao Garden within Sonic Adventure on the Dreamcast, Chao actually started out blue and green, rather than the blue and yellow that is now part of their iconic look. There was initially supposed to be a Chao playground in Sonic Adventure 2 that was cut before the final release of the game. It likely would have been a part of the kindergarten as it shares some of the textures from that area. Remnants of it have been found in the code, and modders have even brought it back into the game. It is surprisingly detailed for something that was never in the final release. In the first Chao Garden on the Dreamcast, Chao have an extra stat that doesn't exist in other versions. This stat is the HP stat. This stat would decrease if they were hurt by the player or by other Chao in the Chao Adventure mode within the Visual Memory System, or VMU. Your Chao dies if their HP stat reaches 0, even if they are a newborn Chao. You can raise it by feeding them fruit in the garden, but Sega thankfully removed this feature in all future releases, so you don't really have to worry about it unless you're playing the first Sonic Adventure on the Dreamcast. Certain Chao types are able to lose karate matches by teleporting outside of the ring. This happens to Chao with very long heads, such as the neutral Chaos Chao. I think this happens because their head clips through the floor of the arena, which confuses the game into thinking your Chao fell out of bounds. This often leads to some really quick karate fights. If you homing attack repeatedly in this corner of the Chao Garden, you can clip out of bounds and explore the outer area of the garden. Once you clip back in bounds, all of your Chao will be stuck swimming in the grass. You can also clip out of bounds in the Dark Garden too, but it is much trickier to do as you have to slowly walk out of bounds here. If you walk in this specific spot, Sonic will slowly slide out of bounds. If you do it correctly, your Chao will swim in the ground just like with the normal garden, and you can explore out of bounds too. The Dreamcast Chao Gardens did not feature a regular black market like the versions released later. These games required you to connect online to access the black market, where you could then download Chao eggs to your game. The official Sega servers are no longer running, but there are some fan-run servers that have replaced them if you decide you want to give this a try on your Dreamcast. There is an unused toy for the Chao within the game's files. Many users have speculated that it is a match or a sparkler of some sort, but it is hard to say exactly what Sonic Team planned for this toy. It is possible to give it to your Chao using mods, but is otherwise unobtainable. When your Chao gets sick, you can take them to the doctor to get medicine. Chao illnesses are extremely rare, so most players have never experienced this. There's a different type of medicine for each Chao illness, and your Chao even has a unique animation for each one too. In the first Sonic Adventure game, it is actually impossible to see your Chao's stats in-game. You can kind of guess what your Chao's stats are by watching them race, but the only way to properly view them is by using the VMU and checking their stats there. If you drop your Chao in this specific spot in the Hero Garden, you can make your Chao climb in an infinite loop. You can also do this in the Dark Garden too. In the original Dreamcast Mystic Ruins Garden, you're able to jump right off the edge of the map and lose a life. Your Chao doesn't actually die if you jump off holding them, but your playable character will die and lose a life. They decided to patch this in Sonic Adventure DX by adding an invisible wall, making it so you can't jump off anymore. The original Sonic Adventure on the Dreamcast did not have Hero or Dark Chao, but they did get added to the Sonic Adventure DX re-release. The only way to change your Chao's alignment is with Hero and Dark food from the black market, as the game doesn't classify any of the playable characters as either Hero or Dark. When your Chao attempts to dodge a punch in karate while being very close to the edge, they'll sometimes jump off the edge of the arena and lose the fight without actually getting punched out of bounds. In my opinion, this is the funniest way to lose a fight in karate. In the Chao races, your Chao gets hit by a falling Omo Chao if they failed the puzzle section. The developers originally intended for your Chao to get hit by a rock when they fail this part, as there are unused files for the rock that were added back in by modders. If you somehow manage to have all of your Chao die or send them to the faraway forest, the game will spawn in 2 new Chao eggs for you just as if you started a whole new file. It is possible to dig up skeletons and pumpkins by digging with Rouge or Knuckles in the Chao Garden. This is the only way to get these accessories for your Chao, as they are not for sale at the black market, and you can't bring the items you find in stages into the Chao Garden. The most expensive Chao egg you can buy is actually a tie between two egg colors. For 20,000 rings, you can get yourself a shiny black egg from the market in Sonic Adventure 2, or you could also get an Onyx Jewel egg if you are playing the Tiny Chao Garden from one of the Sonic Advance games. Chao stats can be raised to a maximum value of 3,375, although it is nearly impossible to have a Chao actually reach this maximum value, as it requires an insane amount of luck and grinding. There have been a handful of dedicated users who have done this, but it takes an extremely long time to do without cheats. Despite most people thinking Omochao first appeared in Sonic Adventure 2, he actually first appeared in the original Sonic Adventure on the Dreamcast. You can find him in the Chao race lobby and in the races directing the Chao, although he doesn't actually speak yet. In the HD re-releases of Sonic Adventure 2, it is impossible to get a regular shiny two-tone Chao. In these versions, these Chao are bugged and instead become what is now known as a bright Chao. Bright Chao are really cool, but it is unfortunate that you can't get the regular shiny two-tone Chao. Rival Chao can randomly appear in Sonic Adventure DX Chao races. The most well-known rival is Chakran, who will lay around at the start of the race before blasting off and racing much faster than any other AI Chao in the game. It is also possible to have some gold and silver jewel Chao show up as rivals too, although they are much easier to beat than Chakran. A Chao's face when they are born is completely random and is not decided by how you hatch their egg, despite what many people think. Whether you decide to throw, gently hatch, or patiently wait for them to hatch, the face will be unaffected by the egg hatch method and will be randomly determined by the game. If you throw your Chao egg, they sometimes have a temporary angry face, but this will disappear as they become happy. The Condor is the best animal for total stats raised in Sonic Adventure 2, as it raises nearly a full level of flying with a single animal. You can find lots of these in Knuckles' Wild Canyon stage. The stamina stat in the first Sonic Adventure does not actually do anything for your Chao. In races, you can only boost your Chao by cheering them on when they randomly get sparkles during the race. Stamina does not affect the sparkles at all, making it completely useless for the races in this game, as your Chao also does not get tired mid-race from a lack of stamina. When your Chao does get cheered on during the races, your Chao will hear a unique voice line from one of the playable characters.
This way! Hurry up! Over here! Come on!
Your Chao's run stat determines what type of walking animation they have. Baby Chao start off crawling and start walking at 50 points. Then they start to run at 667 points and they will dash at 1,334 points. Your Chao's swim stat determines what type of swimming animation they have. If they're below 100 for swim, they do the struggle animation. At 100 points, they start to properly swim. At 667 points, they improve to a more advanced swim. You can also give your Chao a sea otter and they will start to do a backstroke while swimming. There are 3 different channels your Chao can watch on their TV. One is a romantic show, one is a cartoon, and one is 2 boxers fighting each other. If you're running out of places to store food, you can throw them into this area of the Hero Garden and your food will get stuck there. You can do this with anything you can throw, but maybe don't throw your Chao in there. Chao have 2 hidden stats that are not visible in-game. This is the Intelligence and Luck stats. The Luck stat doesn't actually do anything in most versions of Sonic Adventure 2, as it got broken after the GameCube release. The Intelligence stat does actually do something though, as it affects how quickly your Chao thinks and acts during the Luck and Intelligence sections of the Chao races. If you're really struggling to get rings in stages, you can instead sell the food that grows in the Chao Garden to make money. The black market will only give you 10 rings per fruit, but these fruits will grow infinitely, so it is an easy way to get rings, although it is pretty damn slow. The egg Chao that you see in the challenge races are unobtainable in the base game, but they still have some unique properties. If they have a run stat of less than 50 points, they'll roll on the ground instead of crawling like regular Chao. In each new save file, it is only possible to get 2 sets of Chao eggs out of a total of 3. Set 1 is red, sky blue, and brown. Set 2 is yellow, pink, and purple, and set 3 is blue, orange, and green. There will always be one egg group that is impossible to obtain in your file regardless of anything you do. This was done to encourage egg trading between different users using the system's memory card, so if you notice you can't get certain egg colors, then you either have to trade eggs with someone else or make a whole new file and hope that egg color appears for you. For some reason, there's an invisible platform in the Chao lobby above the entrance of the Chao Garden and the kindergarten. You can jump there from the Hero Garden stairs and float in the air. Do you have a troublemaker Chao? This is a bit tricky to do, but if you position your character correctly and are really careful with your jumps and positioning, then you can place your Chao in this cage here without them falling out. That should teach them a lesson. In the Dreamcast versions of the Chao Garden, the death and reincarnation cocoons are the exact same gray color, making the final cocoon of your Chao's life cycle much more stressful, as you can never be 100% sure of the outcome. In later versions, the reincarnation cocoon was changed to be pink to make it more clear what was actually happening to your Chao. There are a bunch of Dreamcast exclusive seeds for your Chao to plant. You can only get them by using the VMU and unlocking them there. Here are the fruits they give you that you can't get in other versions of the game. There's the creepy fruit, peace fruit, forbidden fruit, rare fruit, rough fruit, strong fruit, tall fruit, tasty fruit, vitality fruit, and the wonder fruit. When your Chao is at this section of the races, there is a possibility for them to walk on air. If they walk over a section of the track that has already had a pitfall, then your Chao will just walk right over it as if the hole isn't there. Chao have a bunch of hidden emotion values that you're not able to see without using a Chao editor. These determine things like their personality and how they act in the garden. One of these hidden values is your Chao's vitality stat, and it is what determines how quickly your Chao's desire to mate value increases. The higher the value, the more often your Chao will enter the mating flowers. Earlier in the video, I mentioned how you were able to take your Chao to the doctor for medicine when they are sick. However, as crazy as it sounds, there are no consequences for not taking a sick Chao to the doctor. Your Chao doesn't get any sadder, they don't get closer to dying, nothing like that at all. They will simply just keep doing their sick animation and living an otherwise normal life. Between Sonic Adventure DX and Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, the Hero and Dark fruits were redesigned. The Sonic Adventure DX Hero fruit is yellow and resembles a lemon, while the Dark fruit is red and looks like a pepper. The Sonic Adventure 2 Battle designs more closely resemble regular Chao fruit shapes and have changed color, as the Hero fruit is red and yellow and the Dark fruit is green and black. Chao are able to have a wide range of skill when it comes to singing. You can either give your Chao a parrot to give them the ability to sing, or you can put them in kindergarten where there are 5 different levels of singing for them to learn. As they improve in singing level, they will gain access to more options for singing and sound better too. Chao's movement is based on waypoints that are scattered throughout the garden. It is because of some poorly placed waypoints that Chao will often get stuck in certain areas or struggle to get out of the pool once they start swimming. Luckily, this isn't The Sims, so getting stuck in the pool isn't really a big deal. At the intelligence section in the Chao races, your Chao gets hit by an object if they get the wrong item for the puzzle. It is actually possible for this object to bounce off of the initial Chao and hit another Chao too, even if the second Chao got the correct item. In Sonic Adventure DX, your Chao's run animation during the races is determined by how old they are, not their speed stat. This looks a bit weird if you decide to raise a baby Chao to have a really high run stat, as they'll be crawling at speeds much faster than Chao should be able to crawl. In the Dark Garden, it is possible to bury your Chao in the ground. It is really easy to do too. All you have to do is walk over to this fence and place your Chao here. They will sink into the ground and be unable to move. You can even put multiple Chao in here too. And that is all of the useless Chao knowledge that I have to share with you here today. I do have some more random stuff that I did not include in this video, so let me know if you'd like to see a part 2 one day. Thank you to everyone who clicked the like button, and thank you to all the channel supporters. I would not be able to regularly create content without your support. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.